Okay, so this just arrived, I'd say less than 15 minutes ago, and it's the first bottle that I put up for the September bourbonworld.net raffle, and it's the first one I'm going to review for September. And I've already reviewed a little bit in anticipation of this, and I have to say, this thing is out of this world delicious. The Russell's Reserve 13 was last year, was a complete dark horse mega hit, one of the best kind of sleeper releases of 2021, and they have topped it with 2022. This thing is well, look at that color. Unbelievably dark, anticipating a very rich and delicious bourbon, and I'm going to dig into it right now because I can't wait to get back into it. So here you go. Look at this. All right. I mean, the first thing you're going to get is this like very, very rich honeycomb, honey nut Cheerio. There's like an Almond Joy aroma to it. There's a chocolate almond malted malt Cheerio almond thing. There's saddle leather. There's like, have you ever had like coffee with like an obscene amount of cream in it? It has that kind of creamy, earthy aroma as well. But that kind of honey nut Cheerio, honeycomb, and almond. I keep coming back to that on the nose. Very intense, very complex, very rich, but very silky. I mean, very silky. 114 proof. Man. Salted caramel. Maybe like a spicy nut mix, like a rosemary, like a spicy nut mix. And just very, very, very concentrated. Oh, man. Good gravy. All right, let's take a sip. Man, when bourbon is good and like really good, I don't think there's a better, more intense flavor experience in spirits. And I've had very good cognac, very good scotch. There's something about the strength of new oak, and it is very, very well concentrated and balanced in this whiskey. Massive like roasted nut flavor, more kind of sweet fruit. There's sort of a gummy fruit thing going on. Oh, man. God. It's like somebody shoved every candy bar from their childhood right into this bottle. Oh my goodness. And it's got that really nice, like drying herbal leather finish. Usually I'm not a fan of that, but in this particular case, it's matched up with that so much sort of rich fruit and that almondy note that it just kind of sits there on your palate and doesn't want to finish. Oh man. I don't know what to say. It's so good. It's such a good bourbon. And I'm always a little bit floored because, you know, obviously 13 years old, 13 years ago, 14, 15 years ago when they had to forecast this, you know, they were probably forecasting something different and maybe they just let it sit there a little bit longer. But, you know, nobody was interested in this kind of stuff 10 years ago, at least not at this level. And the fact that they can come out with new whiskeys, new innovations that are this good, that don't really rely on any kind of finishing or gimmick. It's kind of like this is it's just a nice set of barrels. They're just their best bourbon at a really nice age. You know, I've tasted some of the older Wild Turkey releases. They can get a little too oaky, and I've had that before. This is like right on the cusp, and it just plays with that line. But it never crosses it, in large part because it has such a huge sweet fruit cereal flavor combination that just keeps it moving in the right direction. This is a fantastic bourbon. I'm really excited that we got it up on bourbonworld.net. So if you're interested in a bottle, you can go to any Vine and Table, Cap and Cork, Big Red Liquors, scan the barcode at bourbonworld.net at the register, and as long as you're a VIP, your name will get put on the list, and at the end of the month we will draw for the bottles that are currently on the website right now, and we will be drawing for the August winners first thing tomorrow, and we'll be contacting them then. But for today, I just want to say how special this Russell's Reserve 13 is. This is a very special bottle of bourbon. And I would say, I'm trying to do my top 5 in my head all the time, but you know, the Willet 9-year rye that we got this year, that's got to be in my top 3. This is flirting with that top 3. No, I think it is in that top 3. Some of the Four Roses that are later in the month, the OESK, the OESO, I mean, those are just flavor bombs. But this has got that flavor. It's 114. It's a great proof, you know. It's a fantastic proof, fantastic age, and such concentration. I mean, you just keep going back to that nose. How big and powerful the nose is. The color is dark. The flavor is right on point. Everything about this bourbon hits. It's just perfect. Something different there. A chocolate covered cherry. But again, I keep going back. It's a combination of fruit and this candy bar sweetness. It's got both those things going on, along with a lot of nice leather spice that it just sort of rides on top of. It just keeps going back and forth on top of that leather spice. But it's candy, sweet, cereal, back. Yeah, it's the best. All right, cheers.